Aloha! Welcome to part 3 of Sonic Spinball. We're in the machine, and this is where the game starts getting a little bit more complicated. So, in this level we have not 3 Chaos Emeralds, but 5. 2 of them are in these rotating wheels where the end keeps rotating all over the place, and you only have a limited time to get to it. However, if you keep jumping into that black hole that shoots me all over the place with electricity, like I'm doing now, you can freeze the wheel in the position that you want it to be in. AKA the position that leads to the Chaos Emerald. So anyway, you go in there, it'll stop the wheel, and then you try and bounce into the wheel with the flippers. It's not as easy as it looks. The only real danger I find about the machine are the grinding gears at the bottom there. This is the only part of the board in which you can die, so I never found it too bad. The only part that makes the machine really fucking annoying are the elevator segments. The elevator segments, trying to bounce to get to the Chaos Emeralds to get where you need to go, is such a pain in the ass. Not only because the flying enemies will bounce you all over the place, but just because you can find yourself going to the lower board over and over and over again when you didn't want to, and it's such a pain in the ass. You wouldn't believe how many goddamn tries it took me to get this under 10 minutes long. Good God, I must have played this level like 10 times, and it drove me insane after a while. It was just, I was pulling my hair out. I couldn't do a playthrough of this level without it going over 20 minutes or something, you know? Then finally I memorized the patterns, I memorized the best places I should probably go to get the Chaos Emeralds in order, and I finally managed to do this in under 10 minutes, thank God. I don't know if I can promise the same for Showdown coming up, but anyway, now we're in an animal prison. You don't have to open all the prison cells to free every animal, but there is one Chaos Emerald in the middle cell, and that's what I'm going for. You bust open the middle cell, the Chaos Emerald will fall out, and well, you want them, because once you get all 5, you can go face off with Eggman. But I must have fallen in this part so many goddamn times. The bumpers of the prison cells send you flying all over the place. Like, it always sent me off where I didn't want to go. It always sent me to the places down below. And then I had to come all the way back, which is such a hassle, because you have to go through all the elevator parts again. And it's just a pain in the fucking ass, I must say. When you're leaving the prison cell, go all the way left, if you went up the right pathway, and you'll find yourself another Chaos Emerald. This is why I took the route I did. I just got 4 Chaos Emeralds pretty goddamn quickly, and the 5th one is by far the hardest to get. Basically, you have to use part of this elevator, and I fucking hate that. This is what I'm talking about. You can find yourself leaving the area you were in so many goddamn times. It's brutal. It's really, really brutal. But anywho, you have to get into the 4th hole on this elevator. Like, there are all these different hallways, or hole pathways, and you want to get up the 4th one. It's the last one until you reach the top. And there's an enemy flying in front of that hole right from the get-go, so you have to hit him first, or at least somehow have perfect timing that you miss him. I've never not hit him, you know? It's impossible to miss him, I find. And then you gotta go back up the elevator. Holding the flipper up does that. And you just want to try and shoot your Sonic into that last hole. And sometimes you miss, and you fuck up, and you just keep screwing up, and you keep trying to do it, but it just keeps fucking up, and you keep getting more pissed, and needless to say, I hate this Chaos Emerald. I managed to get it in a quick amount of time in this video, but usually it took me quite a lot. It took me quite a lot of effort to get that last Chaos Emerald. Anyway, folks, now that all 5 Chaos Emeralds are in our possession, we want to head up to the top. Easier said than done. I should have went to the right pathway, but I was already sent to the left, so I figured, fuck it, I'll try and use the left pathway anyway. Even though I just got out here and I could have went to the right, but you know. I wasn't thinking straight, okay? And I'm not very good at pinball, so I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I was just very tired of this level and I wanted to get it over with. See, the right pathway is easy because I find it's very easy to get to the top to pass all those clucking or flying robots, and then you can just use a platform to jump up to Eggman. Whereas this one, they have a platform that you can't see on screen because of the pinball score, and it's moving left and right, and sometimes you can bounce into it and fall down, or not go where you need to go, like so. And other times it's just like, fuck, you know? You just bounce where you don't want to. I fucked this up so many times. I fucked this up 6 times, in fact. So let's skip all that. Let's pretend I just did it my second try, because this took way too much time getting up this area. And even then, I couldn't, like, see where the platform was. If you look down, he doesn't look down. He looks up when he looks up, but he doesn't look down when he looks down. It's kind of retarded, but whatever. Hit the left machine, not the right one. The right one will take you to the prison area. And we're at the Vego machine! It's a giant roboticizer turning lots of animals into asshole robots. So first off, you want to get to the sides of the machine and use the electricity to bounce into the tubes over and over and over and over and over again until the tube smashes off. And you want to do this with both tubes. What I generally do is I try and hold, like, up right or up left. I was lucky there. Generally, I try to hold up left or up right so that I just sort of slide across the wall and I just keep bouncing into it again and again and again. But sometimes Sonic will bounce off, so don't be expecting it to work 100% of the time. But anyway, you destroy the tube, and now you have to go jump into the Vego machine yourself from the bottom entrance and smash the shit out of it as Sonic. The reason you couldn't do this before was because every time he was roboticizing an animal, more enemies would come out of the hole, and therefore you couldn't get in. But now that there are no animals being roboticized, I can get in no problem. I say no problem, but this actually took me forever. The entrance to the Vego machine is so narrow, and I find I'm not good with pinball, you know? I can't just go straight up. I'm trying, but believe me, it's a pain in the ass. And I don't even get the Vego machine. Sometimes I'm staying in there smashing forever. Sometimes I get in there and it's like I smash maybe once and then I leave immediately. I don't know what the hell. I just know it's a pain in the ass to destroy this thing sometimes. Get in there, Sonic! Get in there! That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me! My second Happy Gilmore reference of the playthrough. I don't know why, but I just felt like it. Yeah, this took me a while. Like I said, I didn't save state or edit this much. Oh, I edited out the elevator part, but that's only because that took forever. And finally, you destroy the Vego machine, and you've destroyed the Vego Fortress by default. You'll be seeing why in part 4. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's the 3rd level, and we're moving on to the last level in part 4. I'm talking like the video's over, but it's not, because we do have a 3rd special stage. And you may remember Scratch from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So let me get this straight. You got Princess Sally, Bunny Rabbit, Rotor the Walrus from the Sad AM cartoon and the comic books. And they got Scratch from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like this game is trying to combine every Sonic universe into the same game. It makes no sense. Nevertheless, this is the easiest special stage by far. You have to destroy the roboticizer. And you do it by hitting it with the pinball. And the cluckers, or the scratches, they get in your way, but they don't really, because you can destroy them pretty easily, and I don't know. I find this one pretty easy. You can bounce at the back of the roboticizer and destroy it that way. Therefore, you don't have to worry about flipping the flippers too much, because it's doing all the work back there. Ah well. See you at the showdown in part 4.